Look who's here, Mac Powell.
Hey, what's up, Doug? How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, my friend. How about you?
Man, I'm just can't be better.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, there's a special thing on Sunday as far as an anniversary.
Oh yeah, I mean, my wife is over here in the living room, so I better remember that. Yeah, it's interesting that you bring it up. Today is my daughter's birthday, and she's my bass player, and so I kind of sometimes that's the 24th, and the anniversary is the 27th, so I get those mixed up. Which one came first? Of course, we were married first. That's the 27th, but then a few years later, she was born on the 24th. So anyway, it's confusing to me. And I'm glad you straightened it out for me there, Doug. Thank you. 29 years. My wife and I will be married 29 years.
That's amazing. Interestingly enough, my wife and I as well, 29 years this year.
Congratulations.
So next year, of course, we'll both be celebrating our 30th anniversary as married guys, but then also 30 years. I think there's a band with 30 years next year, right?
That is true. Yeah. Third day, we released our first album nationally, anyway, and internationally in the spring of '96. And so we had our farewell tour in 2018 and just announced, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago or so, that we're going to do a 30-year uh, reunion tour. So I'm excited about that. We're going to be out for about 2 months doing 30 dates for 30 years. And yeah, playing a bunch of music through 30 years of many records and songs and great memories. And so it was cool. We got together in February here at my house, actually in this room. And it was the first time all of us have seen each other at different times, but it was the first time the four of us, four original members, were together in a room together in 10 years.
Wow.
So, for when we play on stage, it'll be 11 years since we've played music together. So I'm so excited about it.
That's super cool. That's super cool. Was that something that was in the works for a while? What was sort of like the inspiration?
To be honest with you, about 2.5 years ago, I got an offer to go, maybe try to make a third day tour happen. And it just wasn't the right timing for any of us. All those guys have real jobs, and it's one of those things you can't make it happen quick. You got to think about it in advance and make plans. And so for about 2 years, we've been talking and trying to figure out, we felt like there were so many things that had to line up to make it work. And we all wanted to make it happen, but we just weren't sure. And then all those things lined up. And so, yeah, everybody will have a chance to see us in the spring.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I would be remiss, if I didn't show you who's actually watching us here. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! I was afraid of that. All right, there we go.
You've been throwing darts at that, Doug.
No, I tell you, I think yeah, there Ty's head comes off too. Anyway, this
Yeah, that's
this is
that's
a classic, right?
I love that. I love that.
And I guess I would be remiss too if I didn't just pull out all the options here if I do this properly, and we can go back to. Can you see that there? Can you see that there?
Oh man, I remember that photo. I actually do remember that photo. Were we in Nashville for that?
I think that was Florida. It was Way FM, but I
Okay.
feel like that might have been, or it might have been. I don't remember. I just remember we looked a whole lot different back then.
Yeah, I've got you need to bring the stash back, Doug. Bring it back.
Those were the days. Those were the days. Well, of course, everybody's excited about the 30th anniversary tour. Now, Zach Williams is going to be on with you. Was that an easy pick, a hard pick, like 50 guys, or what?
No,
What?
yeah, that was an easy pick. I mean, it just kind of I often felt like, Zach was coming around as soon as we were kind of ending. And I feel like, and I mean this in a good way, that he kind of filled that void of musically of what Third Day did. And so I think, the matchup for the night musically is a great night. I'm excited about watching him every night. He's got an incredible band and an awesome voice. Probably, I mean, I can't say the best voice in Christian music because I have a lot of great friends, but he definitely one of the best in Christian music. And man, glad to be out with him.
Awesome. We're catching up with Mac Powell here, doing my research for this. I went over to Spotify and I'm like, okay, what is the most streamed Mac song on Spotify? And number one with almost 27 million, New Creation.
Wow. Okay.
Does that surprise you? Is there something about that song you think that resonates
Well,
other over others?
I think it's been as a solo artist, has been my biggest song. So I guess it doesn't surprise me, but it's good to hear. I mean, it's still, yeah, that song's, I don't know how many years old. Let's see if this is 25. That got really, it's at least a couple of years old, probably older than that. And it's a song that I close the night with a lot of times. It's I've gotten to a point now where I don't really do a concert without doing that song. It's a lot of fun, and it's a song that people can sing along to. I think it's a great message that everybody can relate to. So yeah, New Creation is a fun one.
All right. And when you look in the Spotify top five, also you see already there I believe the latest song, the 99.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fun one too. And I'm just getting started with that. I've only played it live a couple of times, and so Cowboy Up, I'm gonna have to play it there.
We'll be looking forward to it. Of all the songs, of all the stuff, Third Day and your stuff and everything, is there a particular song that you sometimes need to sing to yourself more than other songs in terms of a message that you still need to hear?
That's a song that I've written.
Or anything in general. I mean, if it's one of your songs or
Yeah,
something that
well, I often sing to myself, cry out to Jesus. I mean, that's a song, one of the biggest Third Day songs that we had, and it's a song that goes through. If you listen to it, it's a lot of different things that people are going through in that song, and um, it's a song that's really special to me. But there are two songs that I didn't write that are my prayer songs in the car. And I think this is probably for a lot of people, but for some reason, goodness of God, in fact, I was singing it this morning when I dropped my little girl off at volleyball practice, and I was singing to the Lord in my prayer time in my car, is goodness of God, and then Matt Maher, Lord, I Need You. That's such a wonderful, wonderful prayer. And so often I begin my prayer time by singing those songs.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know for me personally, my mom, who is no longer with us, I Need a Miracle. That
Yeah.
was that was her anthem
Yeah,
during her last year.
I did, well, thank you. That means a lot. I do a lot of request time during, and when I do the Cowboy Up Festival in Colorado this weekend, I'll probably do some requests, and that's probably a top 10 request song. There's something about the message of that. That song actually came from a story that we heard, a true story of some parents had a young adult child son that was going to take his own life, and he did what, like the song says, he pulled off into the woods in his car and turned the radio on and was going to take his life away, and he heard "Cry Out to Jesus," that song I was talking about a moment ago, and that encouraged him to do that. And so it's kind of one of those messages that keeps on giving, that song "Cry Out to Jesus" came from really a broken place of prayer time for us guys in the band and praying for each other and our friends and family. And that in turn, that song inspired somebody to live and to cry out to Jesus. And that song, that story inspired another song, "I Need a Miracle," that's really encouraged a lot of people. So thank you for that.
Well, 30 years of Third Day, of course, your entire life. I'm just curious now that we're both a little bit older. Is there anything that you would want to go back in time and have like today's Mac tell first year of Third Day Mac?
Yes, I would say start investing and saving money more. Don't spend all that money. And, I think there were many years where I put a lot of pressure on myself in regards to the band and Third Day and trying to be successful and all that stuff. Now, I enjoyed so much of it, but there was also a lot of pressure that I put on myself. And I think I would tell myself, take it easy. It's okay. God's got this. He's in control. You're not. And don't try to take control because he's going to be a lot better at it than you are. That's what I would tell myself.
Well, one more question, Mac, before we go. Just as far as contemporary Christian music is concerned, there's been some headlines that have been kind of tough to handle and some things happening within our little bubble, to be quite honest.
Right.
What is your take on contemporary Christian music and where the genre finds itself today?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of interviews with friends and things that people have said on social media, and I think I would say amen to this, that when they say, we're all flawed people. We all mess up, and I think there are times when, um, you know, how can I say this nicely? When things aren't as you would expect and hope. And but I can speak as a fan of Christian music, who gets to be behind the scenes a lot. There's so many amazing people. Yeah, you're going to have some bad things happen. That's just life, and we're humans. But there's so many great people doing so many great things, that are encouraging so many people and involved in so many amazing ministries that you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater and go, okay, it's all bad now. We know that's not true. We know that, most of us who've listened to Christian music for a long time know that there's so much music that's inspired us and encouraged us and helped us to live better lives. And so I'm glad that it's here, and I'm super glad to still get to be part of it.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. Cowboy Up Saturday next year for the 30th anniversary tour with Third Day. Is there anything else you can tease beyond that, or that's probably enough?
Yeah, well, you know what? I actually, you're going to hear some news. Even though I'm doing a huge tour in the spring with Third Day, I've got another tour in the fall with two great artists who are great friends of mine. I've toured with both of them, but I can't announce who it is yet.
Okay.
So it's coming any day now. Within the next 2 weeks, you'll hear about another tour in the fall that I'll be doing. So, yeah, lots of touring still, Doug. I want to borrow that line from the guy in Lethal Weapon. I'm too old for this stuff, but I still love it. I still love touring and traveling and seeing people and meeting people and singing about Jesus. So I'm so thankful to get to still do this.
That's awesome, Mac. Thank you so much.
Good to see you again, Doug.